Exus are known in Umbanda as very powerful beings. They possess a force that can be felt both in the spiritual world and in the physical world. You know when you feel that something around you is being influenced, but you can't explain how? Many times, Exus might be behind these energies, moving them in ways we don't always notice. They aren't just spirits, they are like guardians who help maintain balance between different dimensions, between what's in the invisible world and what we experience here in our day-to-day lives. So, when someone seeks their help, they're searching for that wisdom and power. Exus have to make things happen in a harmonious way, or sometimes, to unravel confusion and bring clarity. Imagine Exus have this unique ability to walk between two worlds, dealing with both good and bad forces, guiding those who need it, and maintaining order. They do this because they understand the essence of being alive and knowing what lies beyond. They help not only with spiritual matters but also with practical life issues like relationships, work, important decisions, and even emotional matters. That's why they're viewed with such respect and admiration. After all, they're the ones who bring this power of transformation and balance, able to change the course of things when needed. In the video, we're embarking on a fascinating journey to discover who the most powerful Exu of all time is. Of course, it's important to remember that this answer might change depending on how you view things. Imagine trying to pick the best football player in the world. It depends on what you value more, scoring ability, speed, or perhaps teamwork. With Exus, it's similar. Each one has unique talents and ways of acting in both the spiritual and physical world. So, even if we reveal the most powerful Exu, we also recognize that other people might have different lists, based on what they find most important. Together, we'll explore the attributes that make this Exu such a respected and powerful figure, without forgetting that spirituality is vast, and there are many paths and ways to understand the power of each entity. Diversity is truly important when we talk about Exus. They are all incredibly powerful, and there's no way to say one is better or stronger than the other in a definitive way. It's as if they all have a unique and special force, but in different areas, which puts them on equal footing. Each one can deal with different types of situations and offer support in ways only they know how. So, when we present a list of Exus, it's not an absolute truth, but rather a matter of perspective. It's like a selection made based on how each person perceives or values their characteristics. This means that others might have different lists, and they're all valid within their own perspectives. The true strength lies in recognizing that each Exu has something unique to offer and that this diversity is what makes the spiritual world so fascinating and balanced. In this list we're about to explore, we'll focus on Exus who are well known, often feared, and who have a direct connection with specific phalanges and orixas. But, to make things clearer, we won't include Exus who work within the 7 spiritual lines or those with the number 7 in their names. Imagine this list as a special selection of Exus who stand out for their unique characteristics and for being associated with very specific spiritual forces. Each Exu on this list plays an important role, whether it's protecting, guiding, or helping in situations that often seem impossible to resolve. They have a striking presence both in the spiritual and material worlds, and this list will help us better understand the power and influence of each one. The exclusion of Exus linked to the 7 lines or with the number 7 in their names is just to keep the focus clearer, since these Exus have different functions and responsibilities within the spiritual world. This way, we can dive deep into the history and power of these other Exus, better understanding how they connect with the orixas and why they are so revered and respected. In the 7th position on our list, we have the powerful Exú Giramundo. He is a very special figure because he is directly connected to 2 great orixas, Exango, the orixa of justice and thunder, and Oxala, the orixa of peace and creation. This connection already gives us an idea of how Exú Giramundo operates in the spiritual world and in people's lives. Imagine Exú Giramundo as that friend you can call when everything seems complicated and confusing, especially when something negative is looming. He specializes in undoing black magic spells, which means that when someone tries to use bad energies or negative forces to harm another person, Exú Giramundo steps in to unravel it all. He has the wisdom and power necessary to cleanse the environment and restore order, breaking any type of curse or negative work. But that's not the only thing that sets him apart. Since he is linked to Exango, he also works a lot with matters of justice. You know when something feels unjust, like the balance of the world is off? Exú Giramundo steps in during those moments, bringing justice and making sure that what is right prevails. He fights to ensure that the truth comes to light and that people receive what they deserve, both the good rewards and the necessary lessons. So, when you think of Exú Giramundo, remember this strong and just figure who always works to dismantle evil and ensure that justice is done, balancing forces both in the spiritual world and in our physical world. In the 6th position, we find the powerful Exú Tariri, who has a strong connection with Ogum, the Orixa of war, battle, and roads. This association already gives us an idea that Exú Tariri is not someone who shies away from challenges. Quite the opposite, he is always ready to engage in spiritual battles and protect those who need his help. One of the most impressive characteristics of Exú Tariri is his vision beyond the ordinary. He is like a watchful eye in the spiritual world, always aware of what's happening beyond what ordinary people can see. This ability makes him a great ally to seers, those who have the gift of perceiving what is to come or what is hidden within the layers of the spiritual world. Exú Tariri works side by side with these seers, helping them interpret visions and make decisions based on what they can perceive. But his work doesn't stop there. Exú Tariri is also a great specialist in undoing negative spiritual works. Like a warrior ready to disarm a trap, he uses his wisdom and powers to undo spells and negative energies that may be harming a person or an environment. He steps in to cleanse these negative influences and restore balance and peace. So, when you think of Exú Tariri, imagine a spiritual warrior with sharp vision, always ready to deflect any invisible attack and help restore harmony in both the spiritual world and in the lives of people here on Earth. In the 5th position on our list, we have the impressive Exú Arranca Toco, a powerful figure deeply connected to the line of the souls and the Orixa Amalu, who is the lord of diseases and healing, and who also guards the mysteries of death. This connection gives Exú Arranca Toco a strong presence in places like forests and cemeteries, where he performs his impactful spiritual works. Exú Arranca Toco is like that silent guardian, always in touch with the spirits who have passed on and the energies that circulate in these sacred places. He knows the secrets of the souls well and has the power to intervene at crucial moments in people's lives, especially when they are facing challenges related to health, transformation, or even the end of cycles. If someone is seeking deep changes or needs spiritual help that goes beyond the ordinary, it is Exú Arranca Toco who can be called upon. He has the ability to work amid these denser energies and, with his strength, he can bring about transformations that are felt very intensely. His name, Arranca Toco, which means root puller, reflects his brute force, which he uses to remove obstacles, undo spells, and clear anything that is blocking a person's path, whether in their spiritual or material life. His work in forests and cemeteries is no coincidence. These places are considered portals between the world of the living and the world of spirits, and Exú Arranca Toco navigates between these two worlds with mastery, bringing with him the power of Amalu and the souls to carry out his works. Every movement he makes in these places carries a powerful impact, which can be felt both in visible changes and subtle ones, the kind that transform people's lives from the inside out. Therefore, when we talk about Exú Arranca Toco, we are talking about an entity with the ability to move deep forces, to stir what is rooted, and bring renewal to the surface, always with an impact that doesn't go unnoticed. In the 4th position, we have the powerful Exú Caveira, an entity that stands out for his impressive strength and leadership over a true army of left-hand workers. These workers are spirits that operate under the command of Exú Caveira, and together, they form a force of protection and rescue, especially focused on souls that are lost or without direction in the spiritual world. Exú Caveira is like a general, always ready to act in moments of great need. Imagine a strong and imposing figure who not only protects those who invoke him but also goes in search of wandering, lost spirits. Many times, these souls are trapped in cycles of suffering or confusion, and it is Exú Caveira who comes to rescue them, bringing peace and guiding them to the right place. This role as a spiritual guide makes him one of the most respected and feared entities at the same time. In addition to his work in rescuing souls, Exú Caveira also offers very special protection to those who seek his help, both in the spiritual and material planes. He has the power to protect people from negative influences, spells, or heavy energies that may be affecting their lives. On the material plane, he can help open paths, ward off enemies, or protect from imminent dangers. His connection with the left-hand workers strengthens his role even more, as these spirits are specialized in dealing with dense and complicated energies. Together, they form a force that tirelessly works to maintain balance and help those most in need. Exú Caveira, with his wisdom and power, leads this army with mastery, ensuring that every mission is accomplished and that every rescued soul finds its way. Therefore, when we talk about Exú Caveira, we are referring to an entity who not only protects but also plays a crucial role in spiritual organization and cleansing, rescuing souls and ensuring that both the material and spiritual worlds remain in harmony. In the 3rd position on our list, we find the powerful Exú Tranca Ruas, an extremely respected entity who works under the guidance of Ogum, the Orixa of battles and roads. Exú Tranca Ruas is known for being a specialist in opening paths, meaning he has the ability to remove obstacles and barriers that may be hindering people's progress in life. Think of him as that spiritual guide you call upon when nothing seems to be moving forward in your life, whether it's at work, in relationships, or even in personal and emotional matters. He can unlock those doors that seem closed, opening up new opportunities and allowing things to flow more easily and positively. When everything feels blocked, Exú Tranca Ruas arrives to remove those blockages and show the right path. But he doesn't just stop there. Exú Tranca Ruas is also a master when it comes to performing spiritual cleansings. These cleansings can be carried out in various areas of a person's life, from clearing away negative energies that are hindering emotional and physical well-being, to purifying environments that are loaded with negative influences. He goes deep, removing everything that is weighing down the person, thus restoring balance and harmony. Since he is guided by Ogum, Exú Tranca Ruas carries within him the strength of the roads and the determination of a warrior. This means that, in addition to opening paths, he also protects those who invoke him, ensuring that new obstacles don't appear to hinder progress. He is always ahead, opening roads and clearing the W. Can continue moving toward success and peace. Therefore, Exú Tranca Ruas is more than just an opener of paths, he is a force that transforms, purifies, and protects. If you're in need of new direction or to rid yourself of negative influences, he is the perfect entity to call upon, as his power to cleanse and open the way is capable of bringing deep and lasting changes to the lives of those who seek his help. In the second position, we have Exú Veludo, a fascinating entity full of mysteries and unique attributes within Afro-Brazilian traditions like Umbanda and Candomblé. He is described as an elegant and seductive Exú, characterized by his ability to speak softly and politely, which gives him the nickname Veludo, Velvet. His role is known for opening paths and undoing spiritual works, especially those connected to negative energies from cemeteries. This entity is governed by Ogum, Exango, and Oxasi, and works as a spiritual messenger, always ready to cleanse and protect. Exú Veludo is also a great sorcerer, capable of solving complex problems and removing obstacles, both spiritual and material. His connection to luxury and refinement makes him an imposing and respected figure. Historically, some traditions associate his incarnation with East Africa, where he is said to have lived a life of great charm and power. Exú Veludo stands out for being a spirit that easily moves between the material and spiritual worlds, helping those who seek his guidance, protection, and assistance in overcoming difficulties. He also works alongside Pomba Gira Maria Malambo, forming a powerful duo in spirituality. Together, they operate in various areas, including matters of love and relationships. For those who wish to connect with Exú Veludo, it is important to show respect and reverence. His most common offerings include items like flour, honey, and alcoholic drinks, which are left at crossroads near fresh or salt water. This Exú is invoked for protection against enemies and negative energies and is often called upon to open new paths and cleanse spaces of harmful influences. His strength and wisdom are widely respected in Afro-Brazilian spiritual traditions. In the first position, we find the enigmatic and powerful Exú Midnight, an entity that carries with him darkness and mystery like few others. Known as the Lord of Darkness, he is one of the most feared and respected figures in the spiritual universe. Exú Midnight has his power concentrated precisely at the time that bears his name, midnight, the moment when his energy reaches its peak. It is at this time that he manifests his power with the greatest intensity, acting decisively for those who invoke him. Imagine Exú Midnight as a guardian of the shadows, capable of moving between worlds with an unsettling ease. His presence is always surrounded by an atmosphere of respect, and for some, even apprehension. This is because he is known to act in very delicate situations, those where the most dense and powerful energies need to be controlled or directed. His ability to handle these forces makes him called upon to solve problems that require a great deal of courage and determination. Exú Midnight is also known for his connection with mysteries and deep secrets, acting as a kind of judge in the shadows. He is the one who can see what is hidden from the eyes of others, bringing to light truths and revelations that were often concealed. Because of this, his actions are viewed with great respect and caution. He doesn't just deal with visible forces, but also with those at the threshold of the unknown. Although he is considered one of the most powerful Exus, he is also a protector, especially of those facing great difficulties or battling powerful enemies. His power of intervention is immense, and his strength is always available to those who call upon him with respect and reverence. He is a formidable ally when it comes to opening paths and undoing negative spiritual works, in addition to protecting against hidden threats. Therefore, Exú Midnight is not only the Lord of Shadows but also the guardian of those who need his wisdom and power to get through the most challenging and dangerous moments of their lives. In this video, we explored together the grandeur and power of the most feared and respected entities in the spiritual world, focusing on Exus, including the majestic figure of Exú Veludo and the enigmatic Exú Meia Noite. From Exus specializing in opening paths and cleansing negative energies to those who work directly in cemeteries, like Exú Arranca Toco, we saw how each of these powerful entities possesses unique abilities that can profoundly transform the lives of those who seek their help. Exú Veludo, with his aura of refinement and mystery, proved to be a master at dealing with dense energies and opening new horizons. His strength, combined with his polite and calm speech, makes him one of the most sought-after Exus for spiritual cleansings and protection. On the other hand, Exú Midnight, with his intense concentration of power at midnight, is one of the guardians of the shadows, able to reveal the hidden and undue spiritual works of great complexity. With each story, we realize that Exus, beyond their fearsome reputation, are, in fact, entities of profound knowledge and power, always ready to help those who invoke them with respect and faith. Whether cleansing the energies of a place, protecting against hidden enemies, or opening paths, they bring balance and justice to our lives. If you stayed until the end of this video, I want to thank you deeply for joining me on this journey. If these stories fascinate you as much as they fascinate me, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your comment. It helps me continue bringing more incredible stories like this one, with more curiosities and details about these powerful entities. Stay tuned, because I promise there is much more to explore in the fascinating spiritual world.